Did you ever have a summer job when you were growing up?
Girl, both of my parents are refugees. I had 1,000 summer jobs.
I watched a lot of TV during the summer.
This is Throwback! We were almost in sync, but like, not exactly. Camp counseling was the OG summer job. No, I definitely was never a camp counselor. No one would trust me with children.
No, you couldn't pay me $5 million to do that. I was a camp counselor for many Christian camps in the summer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, lots of prayer circles, lots of Jesus talk.
I always wanted to be a camp counselor. It always seemed like they were so hip and cool, and I feel like they just had sex with each other at night, which is what I wanted.
They're always really hot. I went to band camp. I had a big crush on a camp counselor at my band camp. He played tuba.
The camp counselors in my life,
They were like your big sister.
they were such characters. Like, there was Abby, who played the guitar and wore Grateful Dead shirts, and Jenna Craig, who wore chokers, and she was like the pretty cool counselor. I love my camp counselors. I still stay in touch with them.
Weird, I don't even remember any of mine.
Well, I'm from a third world country, as you may or may not know. We don't have camp there, mainly because it's an island. It's basically camp.
I was at all those camps, and I actually had a very memorable experience with one of my camp counselors. Who would force all of us to turn out the light so she could change her clothes, except then my sister turned her flashlight on mid-change, and this woman was completely nude.
Oh, I was a camp counselor. My dad would sometimes pick me up from it because he would drive his motorcycle to his work that was like a mile away from this camp. So I like feel really cool being like, oh, my dad's here, guys. See you later. Camp. You guys, camp is like where your parents ship you because they can't stand you, and it's a bunch of children running around and screaming, and I've never been to camp, so I really have no right to talk about it, but this is what I imagine in my head.
Let's go back to the summers in our childhood when we would go to the public pools.
Yeah.
And the hot guys that were the lifeguards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the hot lifeguard. I didn't work as one, but I looked at many.
Why do they look so hot?
I don't know. Must be a requirement.
Like, you know how if you work at Abercrombie, you have to have abs?
Right.
To be a lifeguard, you have to have the six-pack of abs?
We're also hot. Like, were they having sex with each other is what I would like to know.
Recreating? Like, they're 14. How do you have abs at 14?
I never made it to lifeguard though. I wasn't a very good
you kinda
swimmer.
look like a lifeguard
I know.
right
Well,
now.
today I do, but I never made it to that. But I did work there. I was a receptionist.
I used to be on swim team, and so on the side, I would be a lifeguard, and that was probably the best summer job ever.
All the kids on my street were psychotic maniacs. Like, I still have flashbacks of so many people nearly drowning. I had to save so many people's lives.
Do I look like I should be in charge of somebody else's life? No.
And also parents would get like hammered at barbecues and be like, my 2-year-old is fine. And I remember being like 14 and being like, all these people are idiots. I'm like, your baby just jumped in the pool. You might want to pay attention to it.
In Jamaica, everybody's by the beach, and so nobody has pools. I don't think we even had a YMCA. No, we don't have that. If you drown, it's one less third world poor person to live off the government. So they're fine with it.
I peed so many times in that pool.
At the pool that I went to, they had a slogan. It was, there's no pee in the pool, so you just call it the ool. And there was a rumor that if you pee in the pool, you turn the water blue.
Public pools frighten me though.
Public pools, I think of like water parks, and then I just think of like people peeing and pooping.
They are so gross. The lifeguard's always blowing the whistle like, "Rah, rah, get out of the pool, 15 minutes to pour chlorine in because some kid pooped." I don't like
So
it.
would you go to a water park?
Oh,
What?
water parks are the worst.
That is what I live for.
Never be barefoot at a
Live
water park.
for.
Never.
Oh gosh, babysitting was like on my resume starting at age 12.
I've always babysat. That's the easiest way to go.
Always.
People have trusted me with their kids. May they rest in peace.
I babysat my brother. I don't know if that counts. Like, we were just kind of stuck together anyway. That's why parents have kids, is so they have free babysitters.
My parents would be like, oh, we're going on vacation. Can you stay and take care of your brother and sister?
Did they ever try to pay you with free food?
No, because I was already their kid. They were already supposed to be feeding me.
I was usually put in charge of animals. I did more of the dog sitting.
I still babysit to this day. That's the best job if, and I repeat, if you're babysitting good kids.
I babysat when I was a teenager. She kept vomiting on me, and I'm not about that life. I'm sorry, you're a disgusting little rugrat. Back the f up.
I was like the babysitter until this one kid I babysat pooped in the bathtub. I was like, retiring, I'm done. I'm like, you're cleaning that up yourself. I'm not touching that. You're disgusting.
I don't have time for that.
And some of their parents don't know how to discipline them, and then you don't know, do you discipline them? It gets very confusing. So I only like to babysit when the kid is perfect.
I tutored.
I needed to be tutored.
That's amazing.
I tutored kids in math. which was a subject I was also getting tutored in concurrently.
I can't tutor. Hello. What would I tutor them? Like how to speak?
I tutored in math.
She was a math major in college.
Thanks for sharing that with the world.
I got tutored, but it was by this like 45-year-old woman, so there was no sexual tension. So I was like, Mom, let's fire her.
I didn't do that many kids, but I had one that just never came. She would bring me a check once a week and never came.
You took the money and you didn't even tutor her?
I mean, she didn't show up.
I would have done the same.
I lived in Utah where in 2nd grade you were learning addition and subtraction, and then I moved to Colorado and they were already done with multiplication and division, so I got
What's wrong with Utah? Are the public schools that bad?
I guess so.
Oh, in college and in grad school I tutored because I'm really super smart, guys. I tutored. I worked as a TA, which is, I guess, kind of advanced level tutoring.
I tutored English, history, and student projects. So
Go home.
I would help make poster boards, book reports. I was a little crafty girl.
Okay, so did a younger kid ever try to hook up with you as like the hot tutor?
No, I was tutoring little girls.
Weird.
I volunteered during the summer, but just for my college application.
I volunteered at nursing homes out of the kindness of my heart because I love old people.
Oh, I used to pick up trash at the beach. I've always loved the ocean.
I was kind of an overachiever with volunteer stuff.
I volunteered like it was my job. I was a candy striper in the ER. The crazy shiz I saw in there was insane. I went to Mexico to build houses. I went to every trash pickup in the city.
I built a church in Pennsylvania.
I did no volunteer jobs. I was too busy. I would go to school and then I would either go to the country club that I worked at or then I would go to my waiting tables job, so I had no time to volunteer. I was trying to make money.
I went on a mission trip with my church. We went to New Orleans right after Katrina, redid houses. It was really sad.
I put together a fundraiser concert for Special Olympics.
Yeah, anything for that college application and also to do good for others.
I loved waitressing. The money was awesome.
I made bank waiting tables at a restaurant called Bottega Louis. Our top servers used to make more money than the managers. It was insane.
I've served at every single restaurant in America. Every chain restaurant, I have been there and I have...
Really? Let's name one. Red Robin,
Ruby Tuesday,
California Pizza Kitchen.
Outback Steakhouse. Probably could go back today because I still have nightmares about the menu.
Okay, so don't tell anybody. I used to work at Hooters and I'm really embarrassed about it. Yes, I wore the white shirt and the orange shorts. But that's the past, Jackie. You won't see Jackie in Hooter clothes now.
There's so many weird things about working in a restaurant. Like, why does everybody hook up with everybody?
Yeah,
it's like
incestuous.
this weird incestual thing.
I used to work at Pizza Hut. We used to cut little skinny slivers and then we would put them on the side and eat them. That was my favorite summer job because I'd eat pizza all day long.
I gained 30 pounds working at Ruby Tuesday. That salad bar, them French fries, come on.
I was the worst waitress ever. People are crazy about their food. My manager told me to stop smiling so much. It was really bad. Weird power dynamics.
I've worked at a lot of places. It's bringing me back. It's bringing me back. I love this.
I did retail in college. Yeah, I worked at a store called Buckle, where they specialized
In buckles?
in jeans, actually. To this day, I still have a pair of Buckle jeans that I just can't get rid of because it reminds me of college.
I worked at a bookstore, Sangster's bookstore in Kingston, Jamaica. They're still there. I remember because my boss was hot.
I was at an upscale shoe store.
I worked at Victoria's Secret, actually.
I worked at Victoria's Secret for 3 days. And then I got so in trouble because I called it underwear. It is panties, my dear.
Oh my God.
I f***ing hate the word panties. And Victoria's Secret overuses the word panties.
I was 16. I taught my father into letting me get a job because I was like, I'm independent and I'm grown up. And I get this job, and the entire 2.5 months, I'm just distracted by how hot Lorenzo Williams, yes, I still remember his name, was.
I had a job at the Gap for not even a week. I went in there, I was shopping, and they were like, oh, we're hiring, and I think I just looked like somebody that wore Gap. I was like, why not? I didn't finish training and I quit.
It's because he's really, really good looking.
No, it's because they paid and it was the worst job.
No, I was saying they hired you because you're good looking.
Oh, thanks.
Not that you quit because you're good looking.
Really, really, really ridiculously good looking.
I mean, that man was fun.
Weirdos work there, Neil.
You think we're people that worked at a movie theater? I'm sorry if you work at a movie theater.
Or a comic book store.
No. I did work at a country club though, and I was the bag bitch, so I'd drive the cart to the person's car, get their golf clubs out of the car, put them on the cart, drive them up, and then they would tip me.
Thanks for the rundown. That was really boring.
I don't even think I've ever been to an ice cream parlor. I get my ice cream from the store where you get everything else. Do they still make ice cream parlors? I feel like that's a quaint thing from like the 50s.
I always wanted to work at Cold Stone Creamery because they get to sing when you give tips. That's like my dream job. Maybe my dream job's like Broadway, but next best is like Cold Stone Creamery.
It's so dangerous. I couldn't work at a pie store. I couldn't work at McDonald's. I love that froyo.
This coming from the girl that like skips dinner to eat dessert.
That's true.
I didn't even know that's a thing. The closest thing would be like a froyo place. You know what I mean? Look at that gap. I do get my froyo. I mean, I'm not an animal, so clearly.
Those were some of our favorite summer jobs.
Or not so favorite. But we want to hear what yours were.
Let us know in the comment section. Also, just subscribe to our channel because this is like your favorite show. We know it.
Duh.
Click to the left to check out the girls on Beauty Trippin' doing some butt electrocution, yeah. Or to the right to check out the hills and Laguna Beach on Throwback.